week, we tell you how to make an interesting journey around Kazakhstan and save money while traveling. Today we're going to Petropavlovsk, and you will find out how to find Ablai Khan's residence, why Petropavlovsk received a grant thanks to preservation of cultural monuments, why laurel trees were brought to the city.
Hello everyone, my name is Jawad and I'm from France.
Hi everyone, my name is Art and I'm from Pittsburgh, the United States.
So we are the travel hikers, and this time we're going to be traveling in the city of
Petropavl. It's quite an interesting city because there's a lot of culture mixture and there's a lot of different places to visit.
So this is up north Kazakhstan. It's so much fun, but it's so much cold too. In winter it can get up to -40 or something, right, Art?
Average -30, -40 degrees.
So we're going to be experiencing the real adventure. We're going to have fun, meet people, visit monuments, try the new food around. What else?
Eat in restaurants. We're going to be meeting different people, having dialogues and talking.
So it's going to be fun. So you guys follow us on this beautiful adventure and the cold one. Keep in touch. Ciao.
Bye.
Although Petropavlovsk lies 1,800 kilometers from Almaty, we've decided to go there by train. The point is that Petropavlovsk Airport is close to renovation now, so the only available means of transport you can use to get to Petropavlovsk is a train. A train trip from Almaty to Petropavlovsk takes about a day, and during the trip, you can see how diverse the environment of Kazakhstan is. The scenery you see through the train window will change from an endless steppe to a dense forest in front of your very eyes. Petropavlovsk is the administrative center of the North Kazakhstan region and the northernmost city of the country. It's completely different from the southern cities. The pre-revolutionary buildings are under the protection of the government here, which is why the historical appearance of the city hasn't changed for many years. A journey to Petropavlovsk is like a challenge for us. It was snowing and freezing in the city when we arrived. However, we are confident that Petropavlovsk is very hospitable and interesting. We start our tour.
So Art, we did it, yeah?
Hi Jawad. Yeah, we did. We are finally here now.
You're fine? You had a good, the trip was fine?
It was good. It was
Yeah?
good. It was quite long, but the temperature was
Yes.
hot inside.
Yeah, it was warm and quite cozy, and I had fun.
It's true, but when you came out, it felt a bit different.
Yeah, can you see there is actually -16 already.
That's right. And they're saying it's going to be worse tomorrow.
Oh my god. Let's go, hotel?
Let's go. That's right.
All right, let's go.
We arrived in Petropavlovsk in the evening. Since we got tired during the trip, we immediately went to the hotel. In the morning, we decided not to waste time and have breakfast in the hotel. Although breakfast isn't included in the hotel rate, the prices are quite affordable here. I paid 630 tenge for breakfast and Jawad did 690. After the breakfast, we went for a walk. The amazing architecture immediately attracted our attention. We had seen a lot of buildings constructed in Soviet times in the south of Kazakhstan, including Almaty. But the old center of Petropavlovsk consists of the buildings constructed before the revolution of 1917. The proximity to Russia exerts a significant influence on the local architecture too. There are wooden houses with carved window frames, intricate shutters, and richly decorated doors on the central street. The North Kazakhstan Region Local History Museum is located in one of such houses. A tour of the museum was given to us and we were told about all the exhibited artifacts in detail. Our museum has a long-standing history. It opened in 1924, more than 90 years ago. The building where we are now was given to the museum in 1968. This building, constructed in the 19th century, had previously belonged to Orkel Merchant. This building was renovated in 1968 and museum was opened here. Extensive renovation was carried out again in 2005. Now there are 13 rooms. Some of them are dedicated to the environment of this region and 4 rooms are dedicated to ancient history. You can find out about modern history, history of Petropavlovsk and our region. Our region has celebrated its 80th anniversary this year. Here you can see the first discovered finds. Mammoths lived here a long time ago because mammoth tucks were found on a bank of the Ishim River. Are they real? Yes, they are. They were among the first finds.
I guess those are kind of antlers, I guess. Oh no, I guess it's the lower part of the jaw.
Okay.
Looks great.
Beautiful.
The burial mound of this warrior was discovered in our region. Wars were fought in the early Iron Age, the first millennium AD. People fought for pastures, better lands, and every tribe had weapons. This warrior's weapons and a container with food or water were found in his grave. People thought they could still need these things, which is why when a warrior died, his weapons and a container with food and water were put in his grave. These things were found by our archaeologists many years later. You can see animals and birds living in our region here. Lynxes come here from the north, from the Tumen region. There are snowy owls, roe deer and elk here. Elk are very big animals. There are 600 kilograms in weight. Gophers live in the south of the region, in forest steppe area. The museum opened in 1924. A great collection of exhibits conveying information about the history of the North Kazakhstan region has been assembled here since then. The collection is displayed in 13 rooms. You can study the history of the region from the ancient times to the present day in details here. This is the room dedicated to Nursultan Nazarbayev, the first president of Kazakhstan. This is Bayterak, the symbol of our capital Astana. Here you can see Astana in photos. The city is very beautiful. Our young capital is developing and new buildings are being constructed there.
You see this, huh?
That looks real.
Magnificent.
Here you can see the main places of interest of Astana and Almaty, which is the southern capital.
Almaty, Altyn Adam, the golden man.
Almaty was the capital of Kazakhstan for a long time. Now it's considered our southern capital.
Hello everyone, this is me, Jawad, and I'm here in this beautiful museum in Petropavl city. It's really great, you know. We've been visiting the museum with my friend Art. It's like 2 floors. The very first floor, there was this very nice lady. She was showing us around, and on the second floor, so the first one was in Russian, and the second floor it was in Kazakh for some reason. It's so interesting, you know. It really shows how Kazakhstan is actually a very multi-ethnic country where people are really living together. So the museum, very fast, is just like you going through time. You know, you're visiting like different times of Kazakhstan, the evolution of the country, both politically, economically, but not only this, from the very you know, ancient time. We're talking about Stone Age and how people used to live back in time. You can like see animals and instruments that they used to use back in these days. It's great, but I'll be honest with you, that was not the most interesting part for me. The very, I would say, exciting part of it was actually seeing the part where you have like all the ethnicities. You have like Uzbek and Kazakh, Azeri, Russian, and all people coming from different places and living together. That's such an example to follow, and I love that.
Well, so far, this museum has been the best place in this city. It has a lot to offer for anyone. You can see pretty much anything here. It's dated back to the previous ancient ages. It's really something amazing to see, and it's something that you can't really encounter in your daily life. So I truly believe that the stuff that we actually saw here today, and the excursions and the explanations and everything that we saw, is truly amazing. I mean, you're talking about different things back in the Soviet Union that you can witness. You're talking about different things that people did in the prehistoric age, in the Stone Age. They even have a very specific room dedicated to the president of Kazakhstan and to Astana. There's the actual real monument of Bayrak right in the middle. That really is wonderful. I have never seen anything like that here. The people were nice, they were friendly, they explained things in a proper way. They did a really, really good job. They were friendly. The whole place is actually clean and nice. It's very welcoming. So everyone should visit. It's a must-go in this city. I definitely recommend it.
After visiting the museum, we went for a walk around the historic center of Petropavlovsk and found ourselves on a pedestrian street, which is Kazakhstan Constitution Street. Besides administration and historic buildings and architectural monuments, there is Kazakhstan Independence obelisk and statues of characters from Kazakh epic literature. These fascinating sculptures make the city enchanting.
It's freezing cold.
Look, it's real ice city.
Impressive, you know. I'm frozen, and when I see ice, I feel even colder, you know.
That's right, but you know, every city has this by the New Year celebration.
Wow, that's great. In France, you will never see this, like, really something rare.
That's true.
Let's go check it, yeah?
Yeah, sure, let's go inside.
The New Year preparation is being made in the main square of Petropavlovsk. Like many other northern cities of Kazakhstan, Petropavlovsk has a tradition of building ice slides and palaces. Ice and snow palaces decorated with fabulous snow sculptures do create festive atmosphere. We couldn't help going down the ice slides.
So guys, this time with my friend Art, we are in the Ploshet, which is actually the central square of Petropavlovsk. We're like in the very downtown of the city. And as you can see behind me, there's the guys here, like they're cutting ice. We are in the middle of a ice city. It's quite amazing. It's artistic, it's beautiful. And basically they're getting ready for New Year and Christmas, because this is gonna be a crazy huge party, and people are come to gather here when the clock will ring for 12 and go for the New Year. So it's quite nice, it's impressive. We've been working in this castle and things, so Ice City, love it.
After this recreation in freezing weather conditions, we got very hungry and decided to have a lunch. Prices in a Petropavlovsk cafe were a pleasant surprise for us. We paid only 1,000 tenge for a tasty and filling lunch consisting of a few dishes.
So what's the name of this house you were saying? It's beautiful, yeah?
Yeah, it looks interesting. The actual name is the Bride's House.
The bride's house.
It is, it is.
And
Well,
do you know why?
No, can you tell me?
Actually, it's quite sad. So we shouldn't get emotional on this one.
But
so,
anyway.
anyways, I tell you. So it's like
Yeah.
basically, you had like this guy who wanted to marry a girl,
Oh,
but the girl, she put a condition on this marriage.
oh,
She said she was from Russia,
I
so she
see.
said like if you would make the same house
That's
as
right.
I have in Russia,
that's right.
the replica, I would say right here,
I see.
I would marry you. And because he was very much in love of her, he did this house.
He did?
He built this house along with friends and people, I guess.
Nah, that's a good guy. Anyway.
So it's a good story until now.
Okay.
But right after they actually finished to build the house and they
Okay.
live a bit together, and of course the wedding and everything happened,
I see.
he passed away.
How come? I mean, the guy was working so hard probably that
Yeah.
he just passed away right away.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's,
god, that's a sad thing.
That's a happy ending, or it's a sad ending? I think
I think it's a very sad one, but what I do recommend is just go ahead and read something that says on the corner right there.
Yeah, yeah,
That
sounds
would be a
good.
good idea. Okay.
The country estate was built in the early 20th century. The first story of the merchant's house was made of bricks and the second was done of wood. The cornice of the house is richly decorated with floral pattern. The front and interior of the building are decorated with stucco. We enjoyed walking in the city and were surprised that almost every building is connected with a certain legend or story. Thus, it seems natural that Petropavlovsk received a grant thanks to preservation of historic and cultural heritage in the Best CIS City competition held in 2008.
Now it's getting seriously cold, yeah?
True, true, but we're getting through. That's good.
We are close to a holy place.
That's right.
I feel the warmth. Yeah, the godly,
It's true. So
godly warmth.
that's actually a very beautiful Orthodox church.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's one of the few actually, and the reason is that they have a lot of churches and different kinds of religious places in addition to mosques. Is because
We are just near, we're near the border. Russian
absolutely,
border. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
So that
That's-
explains why also you have this both Christian and Catholic
That's right, churches. So
influence
absolutely,
on top of the religion.
absolutely, that's right.
Let's walk around, yeah?
Yeah, let's just walk around and see what's inside.
One of the oldest Orthodox churches in Kazakhstan is located in Petropavlovsk. It was built together with the city fortress in 1766. Although Saints Peter and Paul Cathedral was destroyed a few times, it was never abandoned and quickly rebuilt every time. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, Kazakhstan gained independence and church resumed holding worship services.
Beautiful mosque, yeah?
That's it. It's very nice and it's pretty tall.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Did you actually know that this is the newest one in town?
Wow. Because like there are a couple of them,
That's true.
and they are very different in the, I would say, in the architectural context. Because
Absolutely.
they were like built at different times.
That's right.
But this is the freshest one.
It is. It is.
Wow, that's cool. Looks like,
Looks like it's actually a lot of people come here.
yeah.
So, and if you see through the windows, it looks very spacious and interesting. So,
Yeah,
what I
really.
suggest that we just go in.
You want to have a look?
I think so.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Kizilzhar Mosque building is great and big. It has 3 stories where prayer halls, a library, and a wedding hall are situated. The minarets of the mosque are 44 meters in height. This mosque can accommodate almost 1,000 people. There are 2 Roman Catholic churches in Petropavlovsk too. One of them is the Church of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. It was built by the descendants of exiled Poles and Germans in the early 20th century. The second is Holy Trinity Roman Catholic Parish. It was built in Petropavlovsk in 2000. Despite the cold weather, we've continued exploring this amazing city. We saw a monument to Karasai and Agentai Batirs in the square in front of Pagodin Drama Theater. We were very impressed by this sculpture. You can see that it clearly reflects the fighting spirit of the fearless heroes fighting for the territorial integrity of the Kazakh Khanate.
My dear friend Art, can you feel the freezing cold of the morning, eh?
My dear friend Jawad, I don't know how to describe this. It's actually quite bearable. It's not that
It's
bad.
bearable, and I think it's fun, if you take the fun side of it, yeah?
That's right.
It's good we're here by the flame. You know, in every cities of Kazakhstan, you would have this kind of monument with this kind of eternal flame, you know, like it has a very strong meaning,
That's right.
remembering the people who actually fought for Kazakhstan to be a united country, all the people together. It's really like telling, like, you know, looking back at the past and remembering people. I think you have such places in the US, no?
That's true, that's
Yeah?
true. Well, but the thing is that it's something very special that every Kazakhstan city has.
Yeah.
I think it's really something that a lot of people should go to and pay
Yeah.
attention to, and I'm sure they do put flowers
And
here.
it keeps you warm.
That's true.
Memories keeps you warm.
That's right. That's the positive side of it.
Yeah.
The Botanical Garden is another amazing place which you must visit in Petropavlovsk. This garden isn't afraid of freeze because it's always warm and real tropical summer reigns here.
Wow, welcome to the Amazon.
Can
Great.
you
It's
believe it?
no way. It's like, it's beautiful.
It's Dubai right in the middle of Petropavlovsk.
Wow, look at this.
The Botanical Garden is one of the oldest in Kazakhstan. It was established in 1912. Palms, lemons, oriental arbor vitae, jasmines and other exotic plants from the whole world grow here. There is a greenhouse, winter garden, mini arboretum, pond for waterfowl, and even aqua world for exotic fish in the Botanical Garden. It's interesting that in the beginning the Botanical Garden was established to serve the needs of canned food production. Onions and laurel trees were grown here. The first 12 laurel trees were brought from St. Petersburg and planted in deep winter greenhouses. Those trees keep growing. They have already reached the height of 20 meters.
Well, Jawad, my friend, we're here in the Botanic Garden of the city of Petropavlovsk.
Are you sure we're not in Mexico or something?
It looks like it, but we aren't.
Yeah, it's beautiful, yeah?
It is.
It's
Feels
warm.
different. Feels different.
It's a bit
warm.
humid.
That's right.
You feel a bit like in the Amazon.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
And especially you feel the difference whenever you come inside
Gosh.
from the outside.
Oh yes, it's beautiful. I mean, this is a must to be in every cities, you know, where it gets cold like this. You get to, I mean, this is the place I would come, just have some tea or something
Absolutely.
even fresh to drink and a book.
And all the palm trees around.
Oh,
They
it's
look
beautiful.
stunning.
Yeah, they look amazing.
We basked in the warm greenhouse, but as soon as we entered the Garden of Stones, we recalled it was winter. It was very cold there. However, before we returned to the tropically warm winter garden, we looked at the rich collection of minerals.
Hey Jawad, look at all the stones and minerals they have here in exhibition.
Beautiful, yeah?
Yeah,
Like
beautiful.
this one.
Nice. But there's just one little thing about all this. Don't you feel like there's no difference between the outside and the inside here?
Like different. It's
My
cold.
goodness. I think we're just gonna have to go.
We go inside the botanical.
That's right. It's warmer there. It's a very interesting place since it has a lot of different kinds of flowers and different kinds of things that really don't usually grow in Kazakhstan. The best thing that you can see here is a lot of palm trees. I mean, the number of palm trees here is just absolutely incredible. You're just walking down and you're wondering, how can they actually grow in this kind of climate here? But it's impossible. Another kind of thing here is that there's a lot of different kinds of cacti.
Petropavlovsk is famous as the place where the residence of Kazakh Ablai Khan has remained. Ablai Khan was a wise and far-sighted politician who could reach a compromise between such strong powers as Russia and China. He didn't refuse to become a Russian protectorate and at the same time didn't let both powers influence the political situation in the Kazakh Khanate. Ablai Khan's house, as historians call it, was built by order of Russian Empress Catherine II in 1756. The wooden house was destroyed in the fire, which blazed in the city. However, a stone building was constructed in its place in 1829. Today, the museum collection is displayed in 4 rooms. There are materials about Ablai's childhood and youth, copies of weapons, clothes and equipment of the 18th century. It's noteworthy that the Khan's apartments were recreated with historical accuracy in one of the rooms. While we were making a tour around Ablai Khan's residence, the sun set and we decided to walk in the city at night. We were amazed by the distinctive beauty of Petropavlovsk in the evening. I wanted to keep walking, but Jawad decided to have dinner. He didn't want to miss an opportunity to try the famous Petropavlovsk steak. Jawad had heard that meat is much tastier in northern Kazakhstan and wanted to check if it was true. The steak was really delicious. Some local residents explained to us that the climate is quite cold in northern Kazakhstan, which is why there is a lot of juicy grass on pastures in summer. Beef cattle breeds feeding on this grass gain weight quickly. As a result, the beef turns out juicy and tender. Let's sum up. Fares 8,175 tenge. Accommodation 6,000 tenge. Food 4,000 tenge. Tickets 900 tenge. In total 19,075 tenge. The architecture of Petropavlovsk and its rich history amazed us. Despite the cold northern weather, it's turned out to be a heartwarming city. We strongly recommend that you visit Petropavlovsk.
Hello, beautiful people of Kazakhstan and friends of the world. This is Art and Jawad, and it is the end of our adventure in Petropav. I think we had a great time. Yeah, we had fun, yeah?
It was actually a lot of trips. It was a lot of places that we went to. I mean, I was really excited about what I actually saw on this trip.
Same for me. You know, we cannot tell how many degrees, like how many, what's the minus 30 something right
around.
now. It's so cold, but people made it so warm and so much fun.
Absolutely.
What was your favorite place?
My favorite place was probably the Botanic Garden because it had a lot of stuff, and the palm trees in such weather. I mean, this is something really special. Everyone has to see this. How about yourself, my friend?
I think on the opposite, I would say the Ice City. I know it's crazy to say this, but it has been a lot of fun. I feel like a kid, you know, I'm still a kid somewhere in my heart, so I think it was quite a complimentary thing, something very exotic, something very icy. Yeah?
That's right. So from that ice city, we went to the garden, and then it was a complete contrast of temperatures and weather.
We're looking for contrast. aren't
That's
we?
true.
So
Always.
Petropav Winter 2016.
That's right.
See
It
you
was
guys.
great. See
Let's
ya.
run
Thank
now.
you. That's
1,
it.
2, 3, go.
Go.